Alright guys, welcome back to the Brad and Kyle channel. Today we are going to be talking about the difference between reactive and urethane balls. Stay tuned. All right, Brad, what do you got for us?
All right, so we have two different types of bowling balls that we normally throw, a reactive ball and a urethane ball. And the reactive ball has been the most popular one the past 20 years. Somewhere in the 90s, they came out with this technology and people were throwing way more hook than they'd ever been used to. And the ball they were throwing before that was urethane. And let's talk a little bit about the difference between the two. Technically, the urethane ball, the shell on the outside, the urethane aspect of it is softer than the covers that are on the reactive ball. What really makes the difference is the core that's inside. A big reason why reactive balls hook so much more than urethane balls is the combination of the core inside and then the reactive cover stock on the outside. But when you want to use urethane is oftentimes when you want to have more control. Especially in today's game, there are so many power players out there that throw reactive for the most part, but sometimes the reactive gets a little uncontrollable. The higher rev rate you have, the harder it is to control balls that hook a lot. And so what we've seen in the past 5 years is this development of urethane come rising because a lot of the best players in the world, they obviously have high rev rates. They figured out that, heck, I can throw this ball and it's not gonna over jump, it's not gonna overhook on me, and I can have the same amount of aggression and still get this really controllable shape down lane, and it's really become a revolutionary thing. So let's throw a couple shots. I might end up throwing a few shots with each, but I kind of want to go into detail about what to look for in the difference between the two. All right, so we're going to start off with reactive. This is my all road. I actually really like this ball. I threw it a lot at the World Series this year. But it's a Storm all road. It's a reactive ball. It's got a strong cover, not a terribly strong core, but overall it's a pretty strong ball. We're bowling on a lot of hook right now, so I'm just going to give it a go and then we'll. Yep. All right, so a pretty controllable shape that didn't overhook by any means. It had a nice gradual roll, and honestly, when I see that shape, that's not too different from a shape that you would see with urethane, but we're gonna go into a little bit of the difference right now. So let's grab the urethane ball. My trusty old pitch black. This is what all the Storm players throw. There's been a lot of success with this ball. I'm absolutely in love with this ball. So we've said in previous videos that getting really far left with urethane can be a tough thing just because of the hitting power. It doesn't have the power that reactive has. And so it's great when you're playing a little bit straighter, but when you get toward the inside part of the lane, oftentimes urethane gets put in the bag. It doesn't get thought about until we can move back right again, just because of the angle that urethane gives. So let's throw a shot in the same spot that we just threw. I say same, but you know it's going to be a little different. Let's see. Okay, so as you saw, and that's a very important part. As you saw now, when we got that ball just a little bit inside, when you miss a little bit inside, it hits just a little bit more oil. The thing about urethane is it doesn't respond well to oil, whereas reactive balls, they're meant to respond well in oil. And that's why we oftentimes don't move very far left, because we don't want to see a ton of oil with urethane. When we're seeing a ton of oil, we usually upgrade to the reactive ball just because it gives you more hitting power. The urethane is meant more for the dry because it kind of needs it to generate that power through the pins. So I'm going to make an adjustment. Actually, let's throw the reactive ball in that same spot and see the difference. So as you can see there, it just gives you a little bit more reaction, especially when there's a ton of oil in the middle part of the lane. All right, so on the last shot here, we're just gonna grab the urethane ball. We're gonna move a little bit farther right. We're gonna try and get closer to that dry. Oftentimes when you're using urethane, you're going to be using these straighter angles. You're gonna be a lot closer to the dry. You don't wanna be in a whole lot of oil with urethane, which we saw a couple shots ago that it didn't handle it very well. So we're gonna move a little bit right, closer to the dry, and see if we can't get a better reaction. So as you see there, moved a little bit farther right, played a little bit straighter onto the lane. There wasn't so much hook, and the urethane kind of just funneled right in there. And that's exactly what we want to see. And I want to say that it's really important nowadays, because the bowling ball companies are putting a lot of technology, a lot of thought and R&D into these urethane balls. You can capture 2 or 3 different reactions with all urethane balls, as long as they're a little bit different. They're actual different bowling balls. And it's important to have both types of bowling balls in your bag, especially in today's game, especially if you're trying to bowl at a high level, because having both of those options, if urethane's working really well and you only have reactive, good luck. Because the people who have urethane are going to use that, and then you're going to be stuck saying, well, I don't even have that option. So it's really important to at least have the urethane ball in your bag. You don't have to necessarily be stellar with it yet, but give it some time, give it a little bit of practice, and then learn some things about it, and then you'll figure out how you throw the urethane the best. But I just wanted to point out that it is important and crucial to have both types of bowling balls in your bag, because it's going to allow you to not feel stuck or trapped, and then you can have higher scores consistently throughout the block.
All right, hey everyone, it's me, Kyle, from Brad and Kyle. Yeah, Brad didn't let me be in this video, but if you guys want to check out our membership, we're giving coaching all the time. We have exclusive videos. Click the link in the description, check it out. We give a free trial. So guess what? You can either sign up and you can try it out for free, and if you don't like it, you can leave and it didn't cost you a single dollar, or you can stay and have a good time with us. So check it out. We'll see you later.